Welcome back to FM Storey. We are rapidly approaching the end of the save. We're about to end our final season with Motherwell. Things have gone really well this season, as they have for most of the second half of the save. We've already secured the 10th successive league title. We've already won the UEFA Super Cup and we've already won the Scottish League Cup. We're into the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup where we've been drawn against Rangers, and we're still in the Champions League. We're in the quarterfinals and we've been drawn against Wolfsburg. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We're into May, and spoiler alert, you can see there that we have the Champions League semi-final coming up against PSG. We ended the last episode by beating Kilmarnock 5-0, which secured our 10th successive league title. The following game, we ended up with a 2-2 draw against Rangers, coming from behind twice to secure the point. We then went away to Wolfsburg in the Champions League and went ahead twice and then ended up with a 91st minute equaliser to take a 3-3 draw back for the home leg. We beat Livingston 2-0, and then in the second leg of the quarterfinal of the Champions League, we beat Wolfsburg 8-1. We were 5-0 up at half-time and just steamrolled them to make it through to the semi-final. We then, unfortunately, the Scottish Cup run ended at the semi-final stage. We lost 2-1 to Rangers, a 92nd minute penalty, knocking us out. We then won 2-0 away at Aberdeen. And then the first leg of the Champions League semi-final against PSG at home, we ended up with a 4-2 victory, giving us the 2-goal advantage going into the away leg. So hopefully we can make it through. And then in the most recent league game, we beat Dundee United 3-0. Obviously, we'd already wrapped up the league title. We're currently sat on 100 points from 35 games. We've got 3 league games left to go and hopefully 2 Champions League games left to go. We are missing Scafidis, who's injured. Alvarez isn't fully fit yet from his cruciate ligament injury. This PSG squad does have 3 of our former players in it. We've got Jose Rocha, who's actually out, who didn't spend very much time at the club. You've got Vivinho, who was a star at centre-half for us and has been a stalwart of this PSG team throughout the save, and also Sretan Gulis, who can play left-back or in the centre of midfield. So hopefully we can come out on top against our former club and make it to another Champions League final. So this is the side that we've picked for the second leg of the semi-final. Interestingly enough, it looks like there's only one of our former players involved. Vivinho not even on the bench. So Sretan Gulis looks like he's playing at left back. In terms of our team, we're getting closer to having a full team available. It's amazing what we've actually done this season, considering we've had very, very few games, probably only in the first 5 or 6 games of the season where we've had a full squad available, or our first choice 11 available. Simoesh was out injured for ages. The only one's missing at the moment are Scafidis, who is injured, and Alvarez, who's fit enough to be on the bench but not enough to start, which means we are still having to play Bondarenko at left back. But hopefully we've got enough firepower, and hopefully that 2-goal advantage that we've got, keep a hold of and make it through to a 4th Champions League final in 5 seasons. So they're going 4-4-2. We're going 4-2-3-1 like we have done for much of the past sort of 5 or 6 seasons. Pretty quiet, and there's been a few shots but no real chances. But now Bondarenko's injured, and I don't think Alvarez is going to be fit enough to play 78 minutes. So I think it's going to have to be Rackler to left back and then Varga on in the centre of defence. The actual thing with that is that substitution probably makes us slightly more secure at the back, but probably gets rid of a bit of the sort of attacking mentality from the full-back area. Amrani bringing it forward on the right, Lacam with lots of space, finds Rajkovic into Simoes. Luciano made the run, but the pass was too strong. They've gone back to the keeper. Kubasi bringing it forward, loses out to Mua. Simoes back to Mua. And keeper's managed to turn it over. He really shouldn't have given the keeper a chance from there. But we've got a corner. Rajkovic to take it from the left-hand side, in front of our own fans. Into the near post, it's up in the air. Rackler back to Varga. Into Luciano. Rackler. Looking for Rajkovic. He plays it infield to Mikey Mua. Amrani's in acres of space down the right-hand side. Lovely first touch, crosses. Mua back down to Lakam. Amrani still got it. Lakam back to Amrani. Going round the outside now. Gets the byline. Pulls it back. Luciano stabs it towards goal and the keeper turns it behind for another corner. And Rajkovic to take again. Lifts it into the near post. It's flicked on at the near post by Rackler, but goes over the top. Right. Late into injury time, a throw in. Cochise to take it. Rackler back to Cochise. Pulls it to the edge of the area to Lakam. And he rifles it home from the edge of the area. 1-0 up on the night and to extend the lead on aggregate to 3 goals. Rackler takes a touch, then just drops it off for Cochise. He just lays it off to the edge of the area. First time effort from Lakam, through the bodies, past the keeper. And we're really in control of the semi-final now. Considering they needed to score at least 2, we've managed to stop them being a threat. Actually, the substitution has made us a bit more secure at the back as well, I think. And now it's just about seeing the job out and making it to another Champions League final. Very little happening in the second half. Pretty quiet. I think we might make some substitutions just to bring some fresh legs on. Simoes with a free kick. And the keeper turns it behind for a corner. Rajkovic to take it. Swings it into the near post. The keeper comes and claims it. Right, played long forward for them down the right-hand side. Gets to the byline, crosses in. Belem comes, gets nowhere near it really. Shot blocked. Now Cochise bringing it clear. Van Giesel in space. Plays it in field and we lose out. Right, throw in. Cochise throws it straight to their player. It's been cleared and now they're getting numbers forward. They're in behind, into the box, and they've got a goal, but surely too little too late. That makes it 1-1 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate. They still need another 2 goals to even send the game to extra time, so surely it's far too little, far too late for them. The first time they've really shown anything going forward. The first time they got numbers forward in any kind of number. They have gone to basically 4 up front. But there we have it. We've done a job away from home. 1-1 draw, 5-3 on aggregate. We're through to another Champions League final, the 4th in 5 seasons, where we'll meet Manchester United. So we've made it to the Champions League final day against Manchester United. We do have a couple of issues when it comes to selecting the team and more importantly, the substitutes bench for this game. So, because of the way the Scottish leagues work, the contracts expire on the 31st of May. As you can see, it's the 1st of June. We have 2 defensive midfielders who weren't going to sign new contracts. In Martinez Van Giesel, who's already said he's leaving on a free transfer, and Nicolas Lakam, who says he wants to return to France. Both have played key roles for us over the last number of seasons. However, because both of them are now out of contract, although they are still at club and in the squad, we can't pick them because as the contract has ended, they no longer have a work permit. So let's hope we don't pick up any injuries in the defensive midfield roles early on in this final. Since the draw against PSG in the second leg. We've played Hibs, who we beat 2-0 away from home. We drew 0-0 at home to Celtic. And then in the last home game, we came away with a pretty comfortable 3-0 victory over Rangers. What that means as far as the league table's concerned is we've ended up winning the league by 26 points. We've only lost one game all season, which was actually very early on, way back in August. We've ended up with a goal difference of plus 116. We've dominated the player stats. In the end, Cameron Humm didn't get enough goals to end up leading goal scorer. Petkovic for Celtic ended up leading goal scorer, but Mikey Moore's coming in and been a brilliant signing. We've scored loads of goals, got loads of assists, kept a lot of clean sheets as well, 22 clean sheets in a 38-game season. But now the attention turns to the Champions League final, and hopefully we can pick up a fourth Champions League in 5 seasons. So this is the side we've picked for the Champions League final. We did play Man United in the league phase and we drew with them early on in the league phase. We still have some injury issues. Obviously, we've got the defensive midfield issues with the work permits that we mentioned. Skafidis is coming back from injury. He's only fit enough to play 45 minutes. So Duffy's going to partner Luciano in those defensive midfield roles. Alvarez is getting the start at left back, but both Alvarez and Bondarenko apparently can only play 45 minutes. So hopefully they can both last 45 minutes and we'll make that substitution at half time. As far as Man United are concerned, they have one of our former players in the squad in Carlos Medina, who was outstanding for us and has gone on to do the same for them as well. And fingers crossed we can come away with a trophy to end the save. Right, they've got a free kick. Mumba lifts it into the box. They've got a head on it. Medina scores. I'm hoping he's offside there. It's a bit reminiscent of the Champions League where we started against Leipzig, where one of our players, Mendes, was actually playing for them on loan and scored, but it was disallowed early on for offside. So hopefully the same happens with that one. Right, a corner for us. Rajkovic in towards the near post. Pedro Simoes rising highest. He's not had a great season with that cruciate knee ligament injury, but he's popped up with his 10th goal of the season early in the Champions League final to put us 1-0 up. It's a free header in the end. Powers it in at the near post, past the keeper. Right, a corner from the right this time. Cochise to take it. Goes short. Duffy back into the box to Cochise. Finds Alvarez. A bit of a wild shot in the end that didn't hit the target. Right, another corner. Cochise to take it into the near post. It's up in the air. Cochise gets it back. Finds Rackler on the edge of the box. And just couldn't get the shot on target. Half time, 1-0 up. I mean, it could be better with the chances we've had. Hopefully we don't come to regret missing some of those chances. But we're putting on a pretty decent performance so far, and hopefully we can continue in the second half. We've made the change at left back at half time. We brought Bondarenko on for Alvarez. There's no point in risking Alvarez any more than we need to. We've made another couple of changes just to get some fresh legs on. Luciano and Mikey Moore weren't having the best of games, so we brought Skafidis on for Luciano, and we've brought on Alan Kerr wide left for Mikey Moore just to see if that offers a bit of a different threat. Right, Cochise with throw, Rackler back to him. Cochise to Rackler, Bondarenko. Rackler again, Bondarenko passing the ball backwards and forwards between each other there. Rackler across to Bordes. Skafidis into Simoes. Wide to Kerr. Looking to go on the outside. It ends up coming to Bondarenko on the touchline. He crosses towards the back post. He's still alive. And the end, the keeper gets there. The keeper made a decent save from the header from Bondarenko's cross. 20 minutes left now. And we're still 1-0 up. The concern is we haven't really seen it. highlight from them. And now, as we say that, the cross comes in, it's headed clear. Buchis onto Rajkovic. He goes long for Simovic, who's in behind. Was he onside? He pulls it back to Kerr. He missed the far post. I'm hoping that we don't come to regret these chances, but the more of them we miss, while still only being 1-0 up, and I'm still expecting them to get an equaliser. Right, into the last couple of minutes of normal time. And really, they haven't had a threat, but Amrani, we've given the ball away, but luckily Bordes gets in to win it, and now they're attacking. Played it in behind. And that was the one thing I was worried about with us having missed the chances, giving up a clear chance like that. Luckily, it went straight to the keeper, and now we're into injury time. And time's running out for them to get this equaliser. And there we have it. In the final game of the save, we've managed to win the Champions League trophy. 4th time in 5 seasons that we've done that. And we're going out on a high. We've won the league, we've won the League Cup, the Super Cup, and the Champions League in our final season. And there we go. Our time at Motherwell has come to an end. 18 seasons, we've won the league title 10 times. We've ended that last season winning the league, the Champions League, the Super Cup, and the League Cup. What a way to go out. There will be one more episode of the save where we just go. There will be one more episode just where we go over what we've achieved in the save, and also just to look forward 10 years just to see what happens, because I think based on some of the transfer offers we've had in the last couple of seasons, I think this squad's going to get picked apart pretty quickly, and I suspect this dominance may well not last too much longer. So join us next time for that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.